Hi there guys, I'm Max from Total Fishing Tackle. You join me down here once again at Berners Hall Fishery on the reservoir. Just on the night with a good friend of mine. Nothing to report unfortunately, it was a bitterly cold one this morning, I must admit, but yeah, nothing to report. But what I'd like to do is introduce you to my mate, so first up, introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Yeah, sure. My name's Welton, currently serving in the armed forces, slightly coming to an end of my career there now. So my fishing sort of come more back into play, started building up my gear thanks to sort of the guys at Total Fishing Tackle and obviously Max working there. I've managed to build up my gear quite quickly to a standard that I can actually fish with. Before that I didn't really have a chance because the military takes up the majority of your time, but I'm sort of getting there now and really enjoying it again.
Yeah, we're certainly getting you there with the gear wise, but I must admit, fishing wise, it's not taking you long to get back into it really, has it?
No, definitely not, just sort of catching up on what you already know and the watercraft knowing the lake.
Yeah, you've only just started fishing here, so we're in the middle of November time, and you started fishing here a few months ago.
Yeah, I started around the end of September.
Yeah, so you came down here for the first session. I think it was myself, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything. I think you did 1 or 2 more sessions and you still didn't have anything.
I sort of did about 3 blank nights down here when I first started, and I thought I was doing it wrong. So I just sort of had a thought about it, took a step back and thought, look, well, what do I really need to do? Started leading around, finding myself a few decent spots, and just knowing the lake, knowing sort of where it drops off, where the weed beds are, seeing the fish where they show where they like to be, and other than that it's just strong, reliable components really.
It was actually in this swim here that we were in, the bailiff swim, that you actually caught your first one. So I remember you messaged me and saying, oh, I'm going to come down, and I was like, mate, it's absolutely blowing a hoolie down here, there's no one on here, are you that mad to come down here on your own? Even though I said that. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to come down. You came down here like at first light, got in the swim. I remember you sending me a Snapchat while I was at the office, singing It's Blowing a Hoolie, because it absolutely was. It was like smashing down here, but you had every intention that you was going to catch fish on the end of this wind, on the front of the wind, sorry. And yeah, I left the office, got home, within an hour I had him calling me, yeah, what was it you said on the phone?
I think I've got a chunk.
I think I've got a chunk.
One. Yeah, it was a funny story. I mean, we got down here on it was a Thursday in the morning, and we had that storm blowing 50-mile-an-hour winds southwesterly into this bay. I could see them sticking their heads out in the teeth of the wind, and I thought, well, it's a better place than any, even if it is in the face of the wind. Yeah. So that's where I set up. Absolute gnaws trying to find a spot and getting the rods out, especially getting bait out. I ended up crossing my lines at one point. It was an absolute nightmare.
Having a nightmare.
Yeah, trying to get it out. Finally got the rods out. Sat back and I called the Chinese, as you do. As I like the Chinese.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I bet as soon as the guy is here with the delivery, my rod's going to go.
Yeah.
Soon enough, the guy rang me saying he was at the gate. My rod's just gone off.
While you're on the phone?
While I'm on the phone to him. And I'm like, yep, I'm just coming. I'm on the other side of the lake. It's going to take me a while to walk round. And I was like, yeah, no, that's fine. So I put the phone down. Playing this fish, it's taking me everywhere. Taking me, if you guys know the lake, towards the pump, out to the middle, down in the weed beds down there. Yeah. Having a right nose with it. He phoned me up again. He goes, oh, you're going to be long? I've got other deliveries to get to. I was like, yeah, I'm just walking around now. Still playing this fish. And I knew he was going to ring a third time. And he was like, I'm going to have to go if you're not going to be here in 5 minutes. And I was like, right, okay, well, I've got to try and bully this fish in a little bit because my Chinese is going to get left otherwise. See it surface.
At that time, you didn't know how big it was, did you?
No, I had no idea how big it was. It was my first fish. I didn't think it was going to be of any size. No. I should have really realised when I couldn't get it into the margin because it was. Yeah,
I mean, you know, obviously how many 30s are in here, but you always expect your first fish just to be a nice 20 or something, maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got it into the net.
So got it into the net. Saw it was a nice fish. Got it straight in the retainer. Run up to the Chinese. Got my Chinese. Gave him a little tip. Said, "Oh, sorry, I was a bit late." I had to walk all
Was
the
it
way
nice and
around.
warm, that Chinese, was it?
Yeah, well, no, I
really?
ended up leaving it in the bivvy while
Oh,
I was sorting out my fish. Didn't
Oh,
even sit down and eat it.
Yeah.
I just had to check what sort of fish it was. Looked in the retainer, I was like, yeah, that's a chunk of that.
Yeah.
So I phoned you up.
Yeah. And I said, I am not coming down all the way down because I live about an hour away. I'm not coming all the way down for a scrape of 30. I'm sorry, no, I'm not doing it. He went, well, come and see for yourself, mate. And as soon as he said that, I just knew I had to get down there. So I had to, my camera stuff was all in the office. I had to get one of the girls in the customer service unlock it for me so I could get in. And quickly got the camera stuff and came down here and said, all right, let's get out of the water. And it was still blowing a hoolie. It was absolutely freezing as well. We lift it up onto here and he said, which one do you reckon it is? And I already looked at some pictures that day because I was sorting some pictures out. And I opened it up and I expected to see a sort of reddish belly on one side. And if that was, it was Buster. And the last time I known that come out was to Callum Regan, who works for us, at £38 something. So already I knew when I saw it was Buster, I knew it was 100% a PB. But it didn't take it too long for me to realise it was a bit bigger than just a PB. So we weighed it with the sling and it went £42.8, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I said, mate, oh my God, this is huge. So you only just bought the new sling from us. I said, I'll quickly weigh it, weigh the sling and see how big that is to find out the final weight. And it was £2.8 dead on. So I just turned around to you and grabbed out you and said, it's a 40 pounder. And we was like screaming. We thought, right, quick, get it back into the water. We need to calm down here. Got it safely in the retainer. And yeah, I think you picked me up in the air, chucking me around. You was like, oh my God, first 40 pounder. And what a first fish to have out of it.
First fish out of the res, and yeah, it was just off to a flyer after that.
Yeah, I still can't believe it. But yeah, Buster at £40. What an incredible fish that was. Alright pictures with it, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I thought it was great pictures considering there's a retention, sort of no carp sacks on the res. We did our very best to get the best quality pictures at the time.
Yeah, I'm not the best night photographer, but I did my best. But yeah, there you have it. Another 40 pounder in the res, so we've got a mare obviously known as Rambo at 44, 45 pound and Buster at 40 pound, and you obviously got what I believe is 35 plus 30s, maybe even more in here. I know there's definitely between 25 and 30 that have already got names, and you've got loads of backup 20s. A lot of them are sort of high 20s, so they're going to push £30 very, very soon. Like we all say, we're struggling to keep count with how many 30s are in here now. It's quite remarkable, but you've had a few fish since then. You've had another, no, it's £29 mirror you had, and you had like 4 other fish in that night. I was fishing 30 yards from you, couldn't buy a bite, don't know why. Obviously I'm not as good an angler as you. But yeah, you've done really well since coming back into it, haven't you?
Yeah, done really well. Again, I think the main thing is just knowledge of the lake, and then everything just falls into place after that. Yeah, just really enjoying it down here at the minute.
Yeah, well, you've got plenty more fish to go.
Plenty more fish to go for. Hopefully Rambo's on his way.
Is that the one you want? Well, who don't want that one? Who don't want that one? Well, thank you, Lewis, for letting me take a moment out of your time. You are now the official lake record common holder. How's that feel?
Awesome.
So, if you'd like more information about Berners Hall Fishery, then head over to our website at www.bernershallfishery.com. Other than that, you can always head over to our Facebook or Instagram channels. You can see all the latest catch reports, galleries, price lists. If you like availability, then give us a call on 01245 231 746 and we'll get you booked on. Thank you for your time and see you soon.